Hello everyone, welcome back with me Caroline, but you can call me Miss Carol. So, today I have new material, but before it, I hope you enjoy and then you understand about my material today. So, what is the new material from me? The new material is about descriptive text. I think all of you are really have heard about this material before, know about the material before. So, but today I will make it more explanation or make it simple and about the descriptive text. There is make you easy to understand the material. So, we should know about the definition and purpose of descriptive text. So, the definition itself is descriptive text is a kind of text that describe or explain in detail about something. There is include the behavior or characteristic of something. About the we can describe about the place, person, things, or animal also. And then, what's the purpose? The purpose is to describe and reveal a particular person, place, or things. And then, we continue to the next explanation. In descriptive text, we have characteristic and language features. But the first, we will learn about the characteristic from the descriptive text. So, there is two kinds of characteristic. For the first, identification, and the second is description. So, what is identification in descriptive text? Identification is introduce a particular person, thing, place, or animal that include who, where, and what. So, who it can refers to the person, and then what that refers to thing or animal, and place where it refers to place, where the place that you will describe, and then what thing that you will describe, and then who the person that you will describe, such as your friends, your parents. And then thing there's you will describe about your bird marker, your whiteboard, or your book also. And then the place you will describe about your city or something like that. And then the identification basically that put on the first paragraph to introduce about the object that you will explain or describe. And then continue to the description. Description itself to describing physical appearance, quality, behavior or characteristic, and etc. that include the object that you gonna explain. Usually in identification, there is abstract sentence so that make clear about the explanation about the identification that will explain to in the description. So the description itself there is consists of concrete sentence. So I will give you the example in the next material. So we continue to the language features. The language features is there is something like that in the that it will include in explain about something. There's, for example, using simple present tense. The example of using simple present tense, for example, I love my best friend. So there is the sentence, the one kinds of the simple present tense, and then I, for example, I love my best friend. And then using adjective. So we know in Indonesian adjective is a kata sifat. So many words in adjective. so many words about the adjective word. For example, the adjective is white. That can refers to the color of something, about the color of the object. And then tall, you can use this one to describe your friends. I have a friend, her name blah blah blah, and he and she is tall. And then we continue to the next. There is curly or stripe here. He has stripe here, for example. And then so many adjectives that you can use in descriptive text. And then using conjunction. There's many people still confused. What is conjunction? Conjunction in Indonesian is kata penghubung. You can use the, for example, and for, from, for, or, and then, next, and etc. There is to connect one sentence to another sentence, to the next sentence of your material or of your text, basically. And then specific person. Specific person is contains about the singular and plural. So singular is one person, is something like she, he, and it. So there is, it is, if the object is singular, that use has, but if the object is plural, that use have. So have, it contains from the plural object such as I, they, we, and you. So there is use, has, and have. There is that is the specific person itself. So there's many character. There is two characteristics of descriptive text, and there is some of language features that we can use in descriptive text. So to make sure that you really understand about the explanation today, I will give you example. So the example itself is describe about my classmate. So I will read it. For example, my classmate. I have a classmate. Her name is Laura. She comes from Canada. Why we use as? Because she is singular and then refers to Laura. So Laura is singular. So we use come in the verb. There is plus s. She comes from Canada. She is a beautiful girl. It also refers to the singular person or singular object. And then she is tall and has curly hair. She also has round eyes and the color is blue. She has fair skin. She is very nice and has a beautiful smile. So why we use has? Has, it is the specific person. Specific person that we use in descriptive text to refer the singular object. And that way that we know she is refers to Laura. Laura is a singular. Laura singular. And then that I have told you before about the identification. There is about the introduce. So only the introduce about the object. So there is the introduce sentence, and then in identification there is help abstract sentence. So where's the abstract sentence in this text? The the abstract sentence in this text is, she is a beautiful girl. Why we should like that? Because there is really abstract to explain the Laura, because the Laura is a beautiful person. She is a beautiful girl. So there is emphasis about the Laura, about the overall of the Laura. So the detailed explanation that will explain in description. In description, that will explain about the detail of the object, such as she is tall and has curly hair. She also has round eyes and the blah blah blah. So, and the color is blue. She has fair skin. She is very nice and has a beautiful smile. So, why we say that identification there is only introducing? Because the detailed explanation that we are describing in second text. So, first I have told you in description there is concrete sentence, there is concrete explanation. So where's the concrete explanation in this text and the second text? So there is this one. She is a tall and has curly hair. She also has round eyes and the color is blue. She has fair skin. So there is explain how the beautiful is Laura, and then explain about the detail of the Laura's eyes and then Laura's hair, and then about the body of the Laura. She's tall, curly hair, round eyes, and also told about the color of the Laura's eyes. The color is blue. So there is different about identification as and description. There is told about the basic identification that only introduce or basic of the object, but the description there's told about the detail about something or about your object that you're gonna explain. So you can also explain about the animal or about the things, and then for example, I have bird marker. So the color is the thin color of this bird marker is black. So you can say this black, and then usually I use my bird marker to write on the on this board, on the whiteboard. So why we use descriptive text? So we can make something that's really detailed and explained, so the readers will know about the detailed characteristic about the something or about the object that we explain. So no one can confuse. It's really confused if we help explain about the something using descriptive text. So that's why we should to use the the detailed characteristic and limit filters that we use in descriptive text. So it make something that we gonna explain more concrete and abstract, and there's clearly text or clearly descriptive text or explanation, clearly describing or explanation about the object. So there is many things that you can describe. You can describe about the fruit, you can describe about your partner or about your siblings, about your friends, about your parents. So you can describe about the place. You can describe about your city, about your home, and about your village, about your hometown. There's something like that. Or you can, for example, you can describe about the waterfall, and then what about the destination, and then about the thing. You can, I had told you before, you can describe about your bird marker, about your book, about your phone that you really that you bring always on your daily activity. So guys, so many things that you can describe from descriptive text, but don't forget, only always use the characteristic and language features of descriptive text also. So you can't confuse about the something that you have described, and then the readers also can confuse if you have told them about the something that you have described. So there is the explanation from me. Remember that everything that you can explain. So I think that's all from my explanation. I hope you enjoy, you understand, and you will practice on your school or your also in your daily. So thank you for your attention. Bye bye.